If you are a parent of a child with autism or work in an autism classroom, you have likely encountered a child who engages in some form of abnormal behavior. Whether that's singing the entire Scooby-Doo theme song on repeat, replaying mom and dad's argument from the night before, or constantly repeating the greeting of the day well into the afternoon. We call this scripting. We hope this video will help you better understand what scripting is and what it looks like.
So what is scripting? Scripting is reciting familiar lines from movies, people, and songs. Sometimes scripting can be intrusive to social situations. In the case of Max, during story time, he constantly repeats a phrase from Lightning McQueen, "Speed, I am speed." He is not engaged in the story with his teacher and classmates. Sometimes scripting is not intrusive at all, but it can be a sign that your child's language is emerging. Here's a professional's take on scripting.
One of the core features of autism is that the child engages in restricted or repetitive behaviors. That can look different in different children, but one common feature or one common form of that would be echolalia, which is sometimes immediate or delayed. Delayed echolalia often is referred to as scripting, kind of because children sometimes are repeating what they've heard in a movie or in a TV show. And so what the child is doing is, instead of creating their own novel combinations of language, they're repeating a specific sentence or a specific word or sequence of words either immediately after it's been said, or in this case with scripting at a later time.
Thanks, Addie.
Scripting can be appropriate if the speaker's words are aligned with what the speaker would like to say. This type of scripting is sometimes referred to as social scripting and is often used by children who are learning to communicate. We use social scripts every day. Think about when someone passes you in the hallway and asks, "How are you doing?" We often reply with, "I'm fine, thanks, how are you?" without even thinking about the words we want to say. Rather, these social scripts are ingrained in our mind and we use them almost automatically. Additionally, narrating can be viewed as appropriate scripting. Take a look at this video.
That is an airplane. You want the plate?
Bye-bye.
Okay, ready to do some work?
Scripting becomes inappropriate when there is no longer communicative intent. It happens at random times and places, such as the grocery store, church, or park. This type of scripting is most frustrating for parents and caregivers. Often, children do not want you to engage in their scripts, but rather want to be left alone. Here's an example of inappropriate scripting.
Muffins. Bob.
No, take your neck off.
Fins. Muffins. Bob.
This video shows how scripting can sometimes be intrusive. The child needs to wash his hands to return to class, but is distracted by his script.
Our previous videos have all been examples of vocal scripting. But scripting isn't only present in children who are vocal. Those who use AAC devices or talkers can also create scripts. Here's an example of scripted language on an AAC device.
Coconut, cranberries, grapefruit, kiwi, lemon, lime.
I think one of the most important reasons to be aware of it is because it determines kind of why the child is saying the words that they are saying in that moment.
Scripting isn't a bad thing. Sometimes it's not intrusive at all. Some kids can turn it off and on and still engage in functional and successful communicative responses throughout the day.
If your child can speak, even if he or she is not currently using speech in a normal way, they already have the building blocks for social communication.
That's all, folks.